Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Learn with Anita. I know it's been a minute. I had a crazy month, so couldn't post and I'm sorry, and here I am. So this video will be a little different from what I normally post. You know that I post video regarding accounts, finance, all those theoretical knowledge, and I also post videos regarding Excels, the practical knowledge that you would require in a corporate world. But this time I thought to change the game a little bit, and probably this YouTube channel I can use as like a platform where I can not only just help with the theoretical and practical knowledge, but how to help the young people who are just stepping out of university and entering into corporate world. I always try to find a platform where everything that you require to know or you are expected that you already know should be at one place. But unfortunately I didn't find it. I mean, I just found bits and pieces here and there, but I had to struggle a lot and using trial and error methods come up with my own solutions and to reach where I am today. So I want to use this platform to help and provide the content, theoretical knowledge, practical knowledge, how to sell yourself to the corporate world, and all the things which we youngsters face, or the people who are coming into the corporate world, what to expect from it. So yeah, I thought like, why not have to put everything in one platform and help everyone. So welcome, and make sure you subscribe and stay tuned and keep telling me in comment box what else you would like to know. So I'll tell out of my experience what has helped me and what you can do. So yeah, that's just here to help. Let's say you got a call from your dream job. You're really excited and they really liked your CV. They were like, hey, can you come for an interview? And you were like, sure, why not? Just so excited because it's your dream job. You really wanted to work here and you got the opportunity, right? After cutting the phone, you realize, okay, so I'm going for an interview, but I do not know what to expect, what to do, what to answer, how not to make fool out of myself. There's so many emotions and confusion, questions, everything is there. It's an overwhelming situation. You call up your friend, you're like, hey, I got an interview, and they're really happy for you, and you're like, okay, can you tell me out of your experience how to answer an interview, what is expected, and what they're gonna ask. And you're like, hey, just be yourself, you got it, girl, or you got it, man, you're just gonna ace it, don't worry. And that's it. You do not prepare. You're like, okay, I just need to be there, I'll just go sit and have a chit chat and they're gonna hire me. But in reality, that's not how things work. Interview is serious, so please get prepared. Be prepared, because those 1 hour 2 hour interview gonna be the hardest time of your day. It just 1 hour, no, that 1 minute looks like 1 hour. Trust me, that happens in the interview. It happened with me. And every time there's an interview and I go like, okay, even though it's not my first interview anymore, but I'm still nervous. There are times I still mess up and I wished I hadn't said things which I'm not supposed to say, but I'm a human, I mess up. But yeah, from trial and error method, it kind of, I know what to expect and I know what to say, how to say. So I'm just trying to help you from my experiences, giving you solutions, and telling you how it is and not sugarcoating. So yeah, that's not me, that's not you're gonna find in this channel. So yeah, if you like straight to point people, subscribe. It's somewhere down here, subscribe. Okay, let's jump into it. So first thing first, when you go to an interview, remember one thing. It is a setup. It is a stage. So what do you do on a stage, or what do you do on a setup? You have a script, you get prepared, and that's exactly what interview is about. So when you go for an interview, remember it is a setup. There is you and there are a couple of people taking your interview. You have your script, they have their script. And no, your script is not resume. So do not go to an interview and read your resume, because that's gonna waste your time and their time and it will be disaster. So yeah, do not do that. So now, since you have your script, they have their script, they're gonna ask you certain questions which are normally expected by all of the interview you're gonna go, and that will be your first question. Tell me about yourself. Who are you? why should we hire you over others? What do you bring on the table? What you have what others don't? And that exactly is tell me about yourself. So I'm going to tell you what not to say. Definitely like a disclaimer, a warning, please do not say those things on an interview, and what exactly to say. So there are a bunch of questions that, in the script that they're going to ask you back to back in a different way, and you should have an answer and you should be prepared with your answer. As I said, it is a script, so be prepared. So in this video specifically, I'm covering tell me about yourself. And okay, so tell me about yourself. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? And you're like, I don't know who I am. And that's it. I don't know who I am. And then that even though we know who we are, but it just when anyone asks you and you're not expecting that, it's a disaster. We end up saying things we're not supposed to say. So whenever, and trust me, every interview you would go, the first question would be, tell me about yourself. Who are you? What do you bring to this table? Why should we hire you? What do you have, sir? What do you have, ma'am? So yeah, tell me about yourself. Okay, first thing first, let's set some base rules of things that you should definitely avoid in that interview, that you should definitely not say. When someone asks you, tell me about yourself, they're smiling, they're like, okay, tell me about yourself. And you're like, oh, I'm born here, I have these many dogs, I have 8 children, I like to do skiing, I like to do that, I like to do, all your personal life story that can go on and on for 20 minutes. Please avoid that. That's not supposed to be your answer for tell me about yourself. The interview is least interested to know your personal life. There it is. Please avoid that. Do not say that. That is a very wrong approach. Here, you need to be very professional with an interviewer. You need to be on the point. You need to tell about your career and not about your personal life. So if you tell about your personal life, you're wasting your time, you're wasting their time. And unfortunately, my friend, you are eliminating your chances to get hired. So do not do that. Second thing, mostly that people make mistakes are they say something which is not true, or they're saying something which is very opposite of their resume, or they try to be something, or they try to oversell themselves, and that is wrong. The interviewer will catch you. Trust me, they will catch you. They know exactly if you're bluffing or if you're saying BS. So do not pretend to be something, or do not say something very opposite of your CV. Please read your resume before you saying it. Like, your resume is like a proof that what you're saying, it is exactly what is there in your resume. So you cannot expect the interview to actually he had read everything, because he doesn't have patience. They're busy people, so they expect you to tell, and what they gotta do is just verify, okay, yeah, it's mentioned in your CV, because in case you end up saying something extra which is not true, they would cross-question you and you will get caught. And they will cross-question you in so many ways. They've been working in industry, so they pretty much know what's happening. You cannot just say things which are not true. So stick to your CV, be true, and do not pretend to be something which you're not, or do not try to oversell yourself. You're gonna get caught, and the interview would make his or her mind within 3 minutes of meeting you that this person is not the right fit for the company, because the first impression is the last impression. You need to impress the person, but by being true to yourself, by saying what exactly it is. So stick to your resume, very important. Third thing to avoid in an interview is being nervous. We all are nervous when we go to the interview. Let's face it, let's be truth. Let's be honest about the thing, but you should not make it obvious. Like, the other person can read your body language. Some people like sit like this, like in a stiff manner, and it makes the interviewer be uncomfortable. They will be like, okay, if the person is not comfortable just by facing me, or talking about their own self, how can they be comfortable around everyone in the office? Because there are different types of people you're going to meet in office. So be calm, learn your script well, know what to expect as questions, and own up to it. own up to your achievements. There must be something in your resume which were not there in other people's resume, and that's why you got called for an interview. So be relaxed. It's just a conversation between two people. Look at like as a date. You know, you go on a date, you just get to know each other, and that's where the things go further on. So go as you're going for a date, but in a professional way. Learn your script well, be professional, and be calm. You know, first impression is the last impression, and do not mess your first impression, because within 3 minutes they would know whether they want to hire you or tata bye bye. So be calm, do not be nervous, and everything gonna go well. Just hope for the best and have this smile. Always smile in an interview, because let's face it, who doesn't love a smiling person? So always smile in an interview, be comfortable, and know what exactly they're gonna ask, prepared for it, and everything will be fine. So do not be nervous. At the end of the day, they are humans. They also make mistakes, they have also given interview, so it's okay. So after talking about what exactly to avoid in an interview when they ask you, tell me about yourself. Now let's talk about what exactly they want you to speak when they ask you this question. When they say, tell me about yourself, they basically want to know what are the skills or values you're bringing on the table that can help their company to achieve goals. Because at the end of the day, we all are selfish and we all want to know how other person can be of our benefit. You are there to earn money, extra bucks, help for your career development. They are there to utilize your skills and how they can use your skills to achieve the organization goals. Let's face it, that's how things are, and that's how things work. That's why they hire you, that's why you get hired, or that's why you go for an interview. So that's how it is. Another thing which you normally should be careful about is do mention your qualification. I see most of the people normally make this mistake of missing on it, or they talk about their experiences first and then qualification. I mean, that kind of doesn't make sense. You should have a qualification and then go for an experience. So why, when you're explaining it, it's the other way around? Or why are you missing on the qualification? The reason you should mention about your qualification, what degree you have earned, what projects you have done in that degree, or from which university you have done, is because you need to try to link the subjects which you did, like let's say masters or bachelor's. Okay, you're going for an account analyst job, so the interviewer wants to know that you have studied accounts, like you know what is assets, you know what is liabilities, you know what is a balance sheet, profit and loss statement, and you have this theoretical knowledge, you have this background knowledge about it. So you need to tell those, and how that theoretical knowledge could help the interviewer, could help the organization. If they need someone for an account analyst, the person knows, like, you have a knowledge about it, you have a theoretical knowledge, you know what exactly it is. So it's not like you need to learn from scratch, and that also is an advantage that you have over others. So make sure you done your research on the job description, and when you're talking about qualification, try to link your qualification, try to maybe talk about a project that you have done it and how it is similar to this company. Like that you have in your college you have done a financial statement analysis on some ABC company, so you know how things work, you know how profit and loss statement is made or balance sheet is done. So the interview could connect it, try to like connect the dots, and it will give advantage it will give an advantage to you over other candidates. So always mention about your qualifications, any major projects you have done in university, the major subjects that you can link with the job description or the company as a whole, and try to link the dots. It is a big advantage. Another thing which an interviewer is really keen in knowing about a candidate is their past professional work experience. Now when you talk about the professional experience, do not brag it for like 20 minutes straight, because no, that's not what their aim is. Just tell them a snapshot or a summary of your work experience. What was your position, what were you responsible of? So let's say you're here for the current company, you're coming as an associate, so and your position before was an analyst. So talk about your position, like I was a financial analyst, I was expected to do month-end close processes, reconciliation, all these things, like but in just 2-3 lines, talk about your position, talk about your responsibility, and also how did you manage the deadlines, how did you manage the needs of different stakeholders. So try because these all are your achievements and you should own it. And this is exactly what an interviewer is looking into you, because the same, not exactly the same, but the similar way situations would also arise in your current company. And you try to link up, so try to link up your past skills and how it can help the current organization to achieve their goals. So that's exactly what they want to listen. And also talk about your achievements, like how did you help your previous employer to save, um, cut on cost, or be on time, or whether cut on cost on time or money. Imagine something that in your previous company, the process took almost 5 hours to finish, but you came up with a macro, or you came up with a solution that helped a company, and the thing that's supposed to take 5 hours or 2-3 people's job, now with the help of macro, it just done in minutes, right? So how did you help the previous employer to make the process more efficient? So talk about all these. How did you engage with different stakeholders, or people from different departments, what you're proud of. So try to talk about all this, and always link your skills, always link your knowledge with the current job description, because at the end of the day, you're trying to sell yourself. You want to sell yourself, you want the guy to hire you, want the interviewer to hire you. So sell yourself professionally, be on point, and stick to your resume. Be honest and own up to it, because these are your achievements. You have achieved it. Be confident about it. Don't be overconfident, but be confident. Also, there might be times when you go for an interview and see a lot of candidates, sitting in a queue, and some of them have job experience and you're just the kid freshly graduated out of college, and that might make you more nervous, anxious, and it's completely understandable. But remember one thing: when an interviewer called you, he had seen something in your resume which attracted him, which caught his eye, and that's why they think that you're perfect fit for this job, right? So now all you need to do is sell yourself. So do not think down of yourself, or do not think like, oh, other person has a job experience, I do not, that eliminates my chance of getting hired. So do not think all that. Now, when the interviewer has asked you, tell me about yourself, first, obviously, you're talking about qualifications. Second, you're going to talk about any internship experiences that you have had in college. If not, it's okay. If not, you must have had these projects, right? Like group projects or an individual projects. Talk about that. Like, let's say you're going for a marketing and sales job, then talk about that marketing project you did in the university, the marketing strategy of Apple, or having these different research projects you did. So always try to link the dots you have done in your university, or when you showed the leadership thing, when you were a group leader and you made sure that the work got done. So always try to link all these dots to the current job description, and make sure that the interviewer gets what he's trying to look for. And what he's trying to look for is, what skills do you bring on the table? How can you help this company to achieve the goals? So always, try to connect the dots. Make sure you have researched well enough on the company. Make sure you have researched well on the job description, and always, try to showcase the skills that you can bring on the table and you can help the company. So it doesn't matter you do not have work experience, it doesn't matter you just freshly out of college. So always remember how to sell yourself. Selling yourself is the main goal in an interview. Now that you have spoken about your qualification, past working experiences, projects, certifications, now to conclude this question, make sure you tell your interviewer that, see, this is what I bring on the table, these are my skills, knowledges, and this is why I'm the perfect match for this job. This is how my skills and knowledge would help your company to achieve its goals. This is how I am better than others. This is the reason you should hire me. Convince them, brainwash them. Even if the interviewer did not ask you, tell him. And for sure, this will increase your chances 100% to get hired. So go to that interview, ace it, and make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more.